Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects us all, fear and self-doubt. We'll explore how to crush these chains that hold us back and unleash our true potential. Now, you might be familiar with the Stoic idea of focusing on what you can control, but there's a lesser-known aspect, the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. This technique involves envisioning the challenges and setbacks you might face. By contemplating these obstacles ahead of time, you can mentally prepare yourself and diminish their power. This Stoic principle not only helps us face our fears, but also allows us to approach life with greater resilience. So, if you've ever felt stuck because of fear, this video is for you. Let's get started. First, let's define what we mean by fear and self-doubt. Fear is that primal instinct designed to protect us, but it can also be paralyzing. Self-doubt is that nagging voice in your head that questions your abilities and worth. It often manifests as a fear of judgment from others or a feeling of inadequacy. Think about it. Have you ever hesitated to take a leap, whether it's starting a new job, pursuing a passion, or even speaking up in a meeting? That hesitation often stems from fear of failure or inadequacy. These feelings are common, but they don't have to define us. Now, let's talk about the impact. Fear and self-doubt can lead to missed opportunities, lower self-esteem, and even mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Imagine this. You have a great idea for a business, but fear holds you back from launching. Over time, that fear morphs into self-doubt, leading you to question your capabilities. It's a vicious cycle that can trap us. But the good news is that we can break this cycle. The first step to defying fear and self-doubt is to identify what you're afraid of. Write it down. What are the specific fears that keep you up at night? Maybe it's the fear of financial instability, rejection, or disappointing others. Whatever it is, getting it out of your head and onto paper can be liberating. Once you've identified your fears, you can start addressing them. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often we find that our fears are exaggerated or unfounded. For instance, if you're worried about public speaking, the worst-case scenario might be stumbling over your words. But even if that happens, what's the actual fallout? More often than not, it's not as dire as our minds make it out to be. Next, let's talk about reframing your mindset. Instead of viewing fear as a barrier, try to see it as a challenge. This mindset shift can be a game changer. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can learn to do this." Shift your focus from what could go wrong to what could go right. Surround yourself with positive affirmations and supportive people who uplift you. This shift can make a huge difference. Now that you've identified your fears and reframed your mindset, it's time to take action. Start small. If you're afraid of public speaking, begin by speaking in front of a small group of friends or family. Gradually increase your exposure until you feel more confident. Remember, each small victory builds momentum. Celebrate your successes, no matter how minor they may seem. This could mean treating yourself after completing a small goal, which reinforces positive behavior. Finally, let's talk about embracing failure. Fear of failure often holds us back the most. Understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every successful person has faced setbacks and learned from them. Think of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Embrace failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. So, to sum it up, identify your fears, reframe your mindset, take action, and embrace failure. By doing these things, you can crush the chains of fear and self-doubt and unlock your full potential. Connecting this to Stoicism, remember that your power lies in how you respond to challenges. By practicing acceptance and resilience, you can transform fear into a catalyst for growth. Consider the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perspective can empower you to take control of your narrative. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Share your experiences with fear and self-doubt in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. What strategies have you found effective in overcoming your fears? Let's create a supportive community where we can all learn from each other. Until next time, stay fearless.